Balam has created the debatable effort of fighting corruption in the rogue NRM regime. Very many people, most especially the common man, are happy on the way how Balam handles the issues. But also, if you look into the inside, it is coupled with excitement which can cause government to lose money when it's not handled properly. It also shows that the institutions responsible for fighting corruption or to curb corruption are sleeping on their job, that it takes a minister to do the work of anti-corruption agencies. ODONGA came out and spoke about Balam's effect. He said these statements.
There are three levels of corruption. There is this one of looking for the chicken thief. You send a whole 9-9 with police full on top, with tear gas carnicas, and you arrest this chicken thief. That is what Balam is doing. He's doing a very good thing. You cannot abuse anyone who is chasing a chicken thief. So at a micro level, Balam has sent shockwaves. There's panic all over the country. I even tweeted that those who produced the Oxford English Dictionary should consider bringing a new concept called Balam Effect.
On chicken thieves?
No, there's general panic. All the civil servants are even talking in bars. Some are even looking at me now that, this Balam may come. So, he's arresting the micro thieves, maybe macro. But as a politician who has been in opposition for long, there are certain questions we should answer. President Amin left 17 properties for Uganda government in London. How comes there are only 2? There is the residence of the ambassador and the one at the Trafalgar Square. Who sold the other 15? Isn't that corruption? Uganda Dairy Corporation with branches all over Uganda was sold for $1. Isn't that corruption? Bank of Uganda with all the branches, BOU building, that you now call Cham Towers, was sold, and the annex, UCB, the annex was sold on Christmas Day. It was a gift actually on Christmas Day, the main building. So, Atiak Sugar, you have given Atiak Sugar in the north 700 billion shillings. We don't even have 1 spoon of sugar.
That is ODONGA. Whereas it's true, Balam has called the attention of the people when it comes to fighting corruption in the local government. But the actual corruption, that is the smallest margin. Because if you arrest the head teacher of increase of putting school fees in a school of 6,000 shillings, it is also skeptical. There are government schools here in Kampala which even pay school fees up to 2 million. Yet they are government funded. They are not touched. It is the truth. The actual corruption happens in government parastatals institutions. But I also want to be fair to Balam that he may not have the mandate to go for those institutions. So, as we praise Balam for unearthing the corrupt in the local government, we must also be vigilant that it doesn't cause the government to lose money, because you can go and relieve a person of his duties outside the constitution. This time he will go to court that he was dismissed on frivolous issues. Government will have to pay back money. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about Balam's effect, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the sedimentaries you can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're into this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawago. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. One, Balam is doing the right thing, because if you're the land minister, at least you must curb your corruption and bad workmanship in your docket. But if he does it with excitement, it can cause government to lose a lot of money. It is the truth. Okay? And people are cheering on the work ethics of Balam. But also, I fell on a video of the Deputy Speaker of Parliament also speaking about this. He came out to say, well, they mentioned the name Balam in Ajumani. People became happy because it symbolizes the fight for corruption. It is the truth. But although he's doing the right thing, the actual corruption is not there. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament says this.
corruption which we are fighting is not a mere moral failing that you attribute it an individual. It is a pandemic that won't allow us to grow as a nation. And Parliament, we have the power, we have the instruments, we have the tools to support the public in fighting this fight. Of course, corruption fights back. You expect that. Some people will threaten to find you in your constituencies. Okay? Yeah. It fights back. But the people you serve, once you do a good work, they will appreciate you. They will appreciate it. Me, when it comes to this, a very good example is the style of Honorable Balam. Some people want to steal in a crude manner, but they don't want to be dealt with in a crude manner. If Balam is dealing with you in a crude manner, it's because you also did it in a crude manner. That's why the public, yesterday when Balam in Ajumani, when they announced his name, the public went wild. So what is that which the public is appreciating that we intellectuals are not appreciating? We intellectuals who are waiting for the procedures, for the right procedures. What does the law say? You cannot embarrass engineers. So when you are not embarrassed, when you are given the comfort to do work, what did you do? And why is the public happy with the one who is embarrassing you? So that disconnect between us political elites and the public is extremely critical. Me, I want us to support Honorable Balam. He goes down because now people are working up. I'm seeing on our groups, WhatsApp groups of our constituencies, people are saying, please, when is Balam coming? When is Balam coming? You remember Honorable Peter Wang did it, and some people went for him. That's why I said they went for him badly. So, to me, if these people are stealing in a crude manner, let them be dealt with by people who can also do it in a... There are things which Balam does that I can't do. So if those things can help to catch these thieves and expose them, let him do it. Otherwise, if he was doing wrong, the public wouldn't be happy. But the public is happy. Meaning, the legal procedures and well-down procedures of fair hearing of what, people are not appreciating them, they are not seeing results. But on the ground, how can you have an askari being the one putting the drip on people? And he's the one who registered the medicine, the drug, and then they even trained him on how to administer. And the public said, but he's the one who has been saving us. Okay? You say, but you have a doctor. No, this is wrong. But someone says, but he saved my life. So if people have started appreciating askaris better than professional doctors, where are we going? It means we have been disconnected. So people are about to start appreciating LOC one-tier persons more than we MPs. So we must wake up also and see a way we reconnect back to our people.
That is Thomas Tayebwa. So for me, I think when Balam is doing his rightful duties, and one of the ministers who, by the way, are educated, who has a fair understanding of society, not only the corporate society, but even the ghetto society, because of the nature of the work he does, is Balam Barugahari. That's why even sometimes I feel bad when he comes out to speak frivolous issues, cheering on bad statements of Moses Karugaba. Balam Barugahari is not stupid as sometimes he portrays himself. He knows what to do. And among the ministers who can work in any ministry is Balam Barugahari. He knows what to do. He knows how to capture the imaginations of the people and the appointing authority. So he's doing the good work. But what Balam is doing cannot curb corruption, even in local government, because we know where the corruption is. The reason that's why NRM does not have the backbone to fight against corruption is it thrives on corruption. I remember when Betty Kamya was the IGG, he came out, okay, to take on the military, the UPDF, in order to fight corruption. He was stopped by the president. Muriagonja once came out to say that when he chases corruption, he sees the footsteps in State House. And it won't be so long when General Museveni will come out and say, what, don't do embarrass CEOs, etc. It is very possible because corruption was entrenched in the DNA of NRM. So for as long as Balam is doing the right thing, the actual corruption cannot be fought. Those are just small portions, very small portions, lady teachers, it is the actual people who take the actual sums of money. And in other areas, the IGG's reports came out to say that we lose 11 trillion per year due to corruption. What Balam is doing cannot even unearth 100 billion. It is the truth. So the actual money is something else, and corruption fighting agencies are sleeping on their job. They are not doing their job. Can you imagine even the parliamentary saga? It took the arrest of the sitting parliament, the sitting speaker and other people, so that the IGG can come out and investigate. What were they doing? Yet when all these things were happening, when common people were portraying them online, all of those must be chased and taken back home. Of course, as my PM and is truly Mr. Makindi Kabesuleman Magal. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.